Hi everyone, Lola here, and today I'd like to look at 45 for the month of August. So let's dive in. So in the middle of the situation, 45 right now has the Page of Cups, which is crossed with the Five of Coins in the Five of Buttons here. And with the Page of Cups, this is okay. The pages in tarot are always about this younger energy when they talk about people, and in the case of 45, if you are familiar with my videos, you know that I've referred to him as man-child before, and I'm not the only one. And this is not to insult him or whatsoever. Actually, to be honest with you, to keep honest with you, I don't care about any of them, and I'm really blunt. So, yeah, the page of cups here is more of that man-child energy, like, and when you look at like how he reacts to things, it's like literally like a child, and he wants things now, doesn't care about rules, and does just what he wants. And when people turn their back on him, he pouts. And this is what we have here in the Page of Cups, and also his feelings for others, this envy that he has for others, because when you think of it, the attacks that he has against other people, that's not necessarily because he hates them. A lot of it is because he envied them, because he knows that he could never be like them. So instead of elevating them, he is going to try to bring them down, and it also comes from envy as well. And that's what we also see here in the Page of Cups, and also how vulnerable he is, because in the reading for last month, I think, if I remember, I said that as we move toward the end of the year, he will be more and more withdrawn, and he will feel more and more lonely and left behind. And more and more people are going to leave him behind. They're going to turn their back on him. And this is what we see here too. We have a few cards in this spread that show that in for the month of August. And the Page of Cups with the Five of Buttons being in the middle both show that, because the Five of Coins is the card of poverty, losses, being left behind. And this is what is happening. People are leaving him. They're distancing themselves from him. And even the senators that are running for re-election, they're not backing him up in a lot of things. Like, for instance, when he said he was going to delay the election in November, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, for instance, they are both up for re-election, and they were among the first ones to say, that's not happening. So this is what we see here in both cards. He is left behind. He has a lot of worries about himself as well, because, well, on his own, there is nothing much he can do, and those that he is relying on are living left and right. So this is what we have in this situation. Behind him, we have the Death card, and this is a card of change and transition, and we've seen that happen. Like with, I just said, people are leaving him. Those who are rallying behind him are not leaving behind. They are, everything is just changing. People are distancing themselves from him. And so the Death card here, when one door closes, another one opens. And he's been having this death moment where everything is just changing for the worse for him. And coming forward, we have the Ten of Cups, which is his family and the voters, and even that is changing for him, because looking at the Ten of Cups as the voters, and both of them, both cards mirroring each other, they come in the death moment for him, because a lot of people who voted for this guy in 2016 are not going to vote for him in November. A lot, he has lost these two together. This is loss of support. This is loss of support for 45, and it's going to continue. I mean, I'm not saying that by the election he won't have anyone behind him or rallying for him or whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying, because he will always have a certain group that will not leave him no matter what. So, but what I'm saying is, generally speaking, people are turning their back on him. They are, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So more and more he's going to find himself isolated. Here we see, as we see in this position, his hope and fear with the Hermit. He's getting isolated more and more, and it's going to continue this month of August. Below him, we have the Two of Cups, which is a partnership card. People are coming together for a common goal. So he still has those little people who he tried to do business with behind the doors. But this is also, it also feels like behind the door, even though I do not see a Knight of Cups to confirm that, this still feels like offers coming to him for him to evaluate his situation and walk away even before the elections. That's how this Two of Cups feels too. But and on top of him, also find interesting, they mirroring each other here. The Two of Swords, this is where he is, the impasse. This is a decision card, and interesting enough, these are twos. And twos have to do with balance, which he doesn't have right now. He is at an impasse, needs to make decisions, and those decisions involve whatever offer he's getting here, and those offers are also for the good of the people, the whole country. In his environment, we have the Ace of Coins, which is here in the Ace of Buttons, and in this case, it is more about all the losses that he has in the suits that are against him. I don't know what it's popping up right now, at least in this reading, but as I touch this card, it's yes, I did hear losses about suits that are going on, and that we don't necessarily hear about it right now, but it might come up. Yes, something about that might come up this time of this month of August. But there is also some type of financial gain somewhere. Financial gain for him somewhere, and we might hear about it, and it does feel dirty too. It feels really dirty. Whatever this new money coming to him, somehow is very dirty, and we might hear about it in August. How he sees himself, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about protecting yourself, is fighting for yourself, defending yourself, which is what he is going to continue doing, because it's been going on for the last few months and is going to continue to go. This decision here and the partnerships, the offers that are coming to him, people want him gone. No one is around him. People leave him behind. He's isolated. He feels attacked. Like everything, even those things that he does and that are pointed out, he sees that as as personal attack. Even when they're calling him out on his own BS, everybody is attacking. No one likes him. All that kind of cry out that he's been doing lately. This is a victim card. This is how he sees himself. Everybody hates him. He's never done anything wrong. And this is him right here with the seven of matches. And I touched on this card already, his hope and fears. We have the hermit. He's isolated a lot, and that will continue until he leaves office, because it's not going to change anytime soon. And like I said, a lot of Republicans are running for re-elections, so they're distancing themselves from him. He's losing them, and they do that not because that's politics. When nothing for them is at stake, they rally behind him. When they have everything at stake, they step away from him. And this is a lesson they probably learned from 2018, because most of those who stuck with him and ran for election, they lost. So these people walking away from him, they saw that happen. They don't want that to happen to them. So they are leaving his side. So he is isolated. He is isolated. He feels alone. No one is. Everybody is bad but him. Where where all of this is going, we have the Knight of Baton, and the Knight of Baton, unlike all other knights in the tarot, is the Knight of Buttons, the Knight of Coins, is the one that does not move. And because he doesn't move, he is bringing you something. From the picture, he seems to be bringing you something, but he doesn't move. So whatever he is that is possibly to you, you're the one who needs to get to him, because he won't get to you. And the image here, the analogy here is patience. As you continue to work towards something, whatever it is that you're working on, patience, and also stagnation. And in this, with all those cards, the Hermit cards, the Five of Coins, these two, Death and Ten of Cups and Seven of Matches, this Knight of Coins is stagnation of his situation. Yeah, nothing is moving, nothing is going anywhere, and it's going to continue to lag for him. And if there is any movement, it will be dirty. It will be really, really dirty. And we also see those dirty moves in how he's trying to place doubt in the elections, with voting by mail. He's trying to seed fears in people, because he's very desperate and he would do anything to save himself. So on the extra cards, we have 5 of them. The first one is the 3 of Wands, and this is a card of progress. This is a card of expansion. This is kind of some hopes that he has for people to stick by him no matter whatever he tried to come up with. But the 3 of Matches here, that is what it feels like. But it also feels like, okay, he is expecting that even those people who are walking away, distancing themselves from him, he expects them to come back at a certain time, but he will be frustrated because they are not. And the 7 of Cups, this is a wishful thinking of what I just said. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is more about the King of Wands. To me, when I do readings about him, it's always came as in the Senate, that justice, the justice part of the Senate, and justice in general, the people in power on the justice system, including the Supreme Court. This is going to continue the fight with them, whether it's the Supreme Court or the Democrats who are in the justice Okay, I forgot the name, and that's how much I know about politics and how much I care about it. But I hope you see what I mean. This is going to continue. Justice is not going anywhere as far as he's concerned. The nine of coins, which is a very positive card in general, because this is a card of this is the luxury card. This is the you have it all card. But again, we had the wishful thinking here. He doesn't have it all. He really doesn't. And that also talks of the abundance in the nine of coins is also seen in the amount of work that people are willing to do. I mean, you set yourself to you put your mind onto something to accomplish, and you go full on that. So these two together, like doing everything to protect himself. This is what we see here in that kind of workaholic thing. But in terms of defending himself, even if it includes lying, yeah, lying to people and selling them fears and fake dreams. And the final card that we have is the Tower. The Tower is another card of change and chaos. And for August, we both have the Death card and the Tower card. So this month, as I mentioned in for last month, things are going to, I mean, this Tower moment started a few months back. It's going to keep going. I wish I could say anything positive or more enlightened here, more something that will lighten the energy a little more, but I can't because I don't see it. I see it going further down, spiraling down and down and down and down and down with the Tower moment, the Tower cards here. So unfortunately, things are going to continue to crash for 45, and the month of August is not going to be any joyous than the month of July was for him. And we are going to see a lot of lies and a lot of manipulation, anything that he could, a lot of attacks too for anyone but him, including even Republicans. So we're going to see a lot of that in an effort for him to really save himself and not be alone. He may try to kiss some behind somehow, but usually it's the other way around. But yeah, things are just going to keep spiraling for him, and this is just what it is. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.